So this is when she gives herself away. Hi, woman to woman. Baby, that is the opening line for a whore. What is going on? Woman to woman? Girl. I gagged. Woman to woman? You need to stop texting me, or at least the way you do. Excuse me? I didn't text anything from Chucky's phone. I've never been on his phone, so watch the way you're speaking to me. Oh, really? So how many of y'all are there if it's not you, ma'am? If you're upset about anything, you need to talk to Chucky, not me. You really need to do your digging and stop jumping to conclusions. You see how she's gaslighting me? Wait, it gets better. I'm making assumptions and then sending a paragraph of your assumption to someone you don't know. What happened between you both is your business, and I have never involved myself. Oh! And don't intend on doing so, and I don't want you to attempt to either. I have never disrespected you. So, don't send me a paragraph trying to disrespect me or give me attitude again, please and thank you. Handle your business with Chucky. Have a nice day. Girl. I said, so it's not your car outside my house? She said, also, don't ever attempt to threaten me again. I said, I didn't threaten you. She said, delete my number or I'll block yours. Because next time I won't be sending a courtesy text. Sounds like a threat to me. No, a threat would be, I'm going to break your neck. That's a threat. A courtesy text is a courtesy text. Okay? That's not a threat. I didn't threaten this lady. I said, go right ahead. He told me when I pressed him about it, I won't be sending a courtesy text. It's your car outside my house, so don't play dumb. Block me, I don't care. I'm letting you know what you need to know. I do not want Chucky, and since you're saying it wasn't you texting me from his phone, let every coworker at blank know what the F I said, okay? What the F I said. But obviously, I know it's her, so there's no need for her to tell any coworkers anything. It's her. I said, because you are the closest woman to Chucky. She's like, my car or not, mind your business the same way I do. These texts are pathetic. Ooh! You're not texting me to let me know anything. You're texting me, giving me attitude and attempting to disrespect me. Thank you for letting me know. I don't care to have any issues with you. As I said, I don't know you, so I respect you. But if you keep spontaneously blowing me up over facts you're not clear on me, I will block you. Girl, shut the fuck up! I said, his new mommy. She said, I will not pass on your empty threats and toxic and quite frankly mean threats. You can do that on your own. I said, it's your car and no woman is letting a man without a license drive their car that's not invested in his personal business. She said, this conversation is going nowhere, so stop wasting both of our times. Go enjoy your day or beef Chucky or another girl. This is the most immature and brain cell destroying conversation I've ever had. A little on edge for an innocent woman, I am not trying to be rude, but once again, please mind the business. Please mind your business the same way I mind mine. Imagine the mistress, the whore, is telling the wife to mind her business. Keep in mind, the only reason that I'm even mad about the car at this time is because this man was over there at the park coercing my children. When my child got back home, who was cussing me out but Belle? Belle don't cuss me out for nothing. And she was cussing me clean out, which is why I had an even bigger problem with the situation, because she's letting him borrow the car and he's coming here and disrupting my children's peace. Okay, so that was problematic for me. When I say this little girl came home cussing me out, I was like taken aback. This is the day after my birthday, okay? She had gone to the park on my birthday with my other family members, with my sister and her son and her husband. And when I came back home from my birthday celebration, Belle was all over me, okay? All over me. But this day that she got back from the park, homegirl was cussing me clean out. I never even seen that side of her before, and telling me that I'm not allowed to come outside with them and I'm not allowed to jump in the trampoline with them, and she doesn't love me because she loves her father. I was like, what? And I kept telling her, I'm like, no, baby, like you can love both of us. You don't have to pick one over the other. That's literally what I told her. But she refused. She had her arms folded. She was facing the wall downstairs in front of my door, my front door. And mad. I never seen her like that in my life. And it scared me. And this is before my restraining order came into play, by the way, which is a big part of it. But she was cussing me out. And I go out to the backyard and I say to him, what the hell did you say to her? What did you say to her? Because before she had left the house, she was telling me, begging me to come to the park. And I'm like, no, baby, mommy's not going to come today. You know, like, mommy can't come. You know, at that point, I was absolutely done with Chucky. I didn't want to see Chucky, didn't want nothing to do with Chucky. I couldn't go with them to the park. And I felt like they should start experiencing having just their other parent without me present, because at first I was going with them because we were going to this faraway place, but that wasn't gonna work out anymore because he won't give me no gas money, nothing. So he had to find another way. He says whatever he says to her, and when I go outside and I'm like, what did you say to her? He said, I didn't say anything. When it's obvious he said something. Anyway, that was a big part of why it was an issue that she was allowing him to borrow that car, because he was coming here and causing damn chaos. She's like, I am not going to be rude, but once again, please mind your business the same way I mind mine. I said, so since you want to do so much for him, I'm letting you know. I know it was you that was stupid enough to text me from his phone. I am minding my business. I didn't ask you anything. She said, do you hear yourself? Have a bit of respect. Ooh! As I said, do your digging and stop making assumptions and picking text fights with women you don't know or care to have them with you. I'm a grown-ass woman and I don't need your spontaneous beefs. Take them elsewhere. I'm like, you cannot insult me. If you feel this conversation is stupid, then you need not to respond, but you felt it necessary. She said, I responded because I felt bad that you even felt you had to text me that irrelevant initial paragraph to begin with. I said, grown women do not borrow their vehicle to men without valid license. That's why he lost his car key, and then sit and deny it. She said, no problem. I'll stop answering. Thank you for all your general and unasked for comments and feedback. Have a great day. I said, you too, Rapunzel. So then me and her get into that incident. And while me and her are in that incident, he over here texting me because she, when I first messaged her, messaged him. And so he and her are coming at me via text. And me and him are going back and forth. And me and her are going back and forth on that day. Fast forward again. And originally, before the restraining order came into play, it was pretty much being investigated while all this was going on. So like, I wasn't sure if what was going to happen, right? And so they were doing their investigation. So because the restraining order was not in play yet, I was going to bring my kids when my ex finally was able to secure a home. I was supposed to bring my kids to go there, right? However, one thing that we agreed upon was that he would get a 2-bedroom apartment so that my kids had somewhere to sleep. Well, because Chucky didn't really care about anybody but himself, and because he was actually not moving into a home by himself but with Rapunzel, he didn't get a 2-bedroom apartment. He got a 1-bedroom condo, which is actually either the same price or more expensive than a 2-bedroom apartment. So my children were not considered. So when we were first talking about him getting a place, we discussed very specifically 2-bedroom apartment because they need somewhere to sleep. There's 3 of them, you know, they have their own spaces in my house and that's what they require. We also had discussed that once he got a place, I would be able to come through, inspect it, you know, make sure it's copacetic, make sure it's, you know, good for my children. That's what we agreed on. I have the text messages. However, because he was moving in with Rapunzel, he didn't want me in the house. And so he asked me, where am I going to sit when I get to the house? And I said, like, I'm thinking he just don't have no furniture. He telling me I'm not allowed in there. And I'm not stepping foot in his place. But I literally need to see it because my kids are going to be in there. And why am I not allowed to see it? Why am I not allowed in there? Because Rapunzel lived there too. So my kids never ever got to see his place. Because by the time that they would have been able to, the restraining order was in play and he wasn't letting me check the house anyway. So he, like I said, gets a 1-bedroom that he's sharing with his mistress right after I had kicked him out. okay? And she is sat there denying the affair, right? Gets better. So he's denying, she's denying. Even when I'm caught them red-handed, they still both denying the affair. But he's keeping it a secret that he's living with this woman. So fast forward, because keep in mind, Rapunzel had her own place before. But once I kicked Chucky out officially, and they were able to keep their relationship going because now Chucky's officially single, they move in together. So she leaves her place and is now paying half of the rent at Chucky's place. If you guys recall a TikTok I did where Chucky had logged me and my kids out of Amazon. And I was like, this is a joke. Like, I just got a new Amazon account or whatever. Well, there was a mix-up because my mom's TV in her room, for whatever reason, didn't get logged out of Chucky's Amazon. Okay, so she was still watching Prime. And so his profile was there and there was one there for my kids. But he had already logged us out, right? And so I get a new Amazon account and my mom is aware that there's a new Amazon account. But my mom is older. Like, her brain don't be processing things properly. So when she knows, because she knows I got a new Amazon account, she's not remembering or properly that the Amazon account that belongs to Chucky is the one that's logged into her TV. So she was like, why the hell is his name still here? Let me change his name, because she's thinking it's mine, but it's really his. And so she changes the name on the Amazon account from his name, from Chucky's name, to Ladybug. Okay? She changes it to her nickname. The next day is bath time. Girl, everything's always happening at bath time. The next day is bath time. I'm getting the kids in the bath. And all of a sudden, my mom goes to me, Booge, who's Rapunzel? And I'm like bathing the kids, or I'm trying to get them in the tub. So I'm like, what? And hold on. So typically when I'm bathing my kids, their bathroom is like right next to my mom's suite. So I always go into my mom's into her bedroom, talk to her, and then go into the kids' bathroom, and talk to them. And I just go back and forth the whole entire bath time. Well, this day in particular, after I get the kids in the tub and I go into my mom's room, she asked me again, who's Rapunzel? She's saying the girl's actual name. And I'm like, huh? She shows me the TV. Why did she change Ladybug to her name? I said,
Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson?
Not the little girl that cussed me out and told me she ain't got nothing to do with my husband. I said, not the girl that told me she's minding her business and I need to mind mine. Not that girl's name is on the profile. That's not. I said, so she watching the profile, but my kids got kicked off? Crazy. So you know what I did? So I end up changing the name on the profile because it was an innocent mistake. I'm not Ladybug. My mom is. And Chucky also knew that too. This was a form of the abuse, but it was an accident. It was a genuine accident. My mom, I'm like, what the hell? So I get pissed. I change it to, I think I changed it to abuser and foolish broad. And I log out.
How about that? How about them apples?
Because we're not going to be sending messages. At this point, my restraining order is in play, right? So he's not allowed to contact me for anything. He's not allowed to send anybody to contact me for anything, And at that point, had no access to my children via the restraining order or because of the restraining order. So this happens on the Amazon account. I change it and I log out because you're not about to have the last say. You're not about to say nothing back to me on this Amazon account. This is so stupid. The next freaking morning, who do I get a text message from? None other than the rat herself. Rat freaking Punzel had the gall to text me. Oh my God, it happened on a Wednesday. The TV thing, I gotta tell my mom this. She's gonna gag when I tell her it happened on Wednesday. Everything happens on a Wednesday. Oh my gosh. So on a Thursday morning, Rapunzel texts me. She says, good morning, you beautiful queen that I want to be so badly. Oh, good morning, first wife. Mother of my boyfriend's children. Good morning, you sexy, sexy woman. I'm so obsessed with you. I want to eat your box. I would like to pick up Chucky's passport and birth certificate and drop off the phone he has for the girls. I understand you're probably very busy, so I was hoping to drop off / pick up these things on Monday or Tuesday p.m. Please let me know what day and time in the evening works best for you and your schedule. Why is this heifer texting me? That's what I didn't understand. Why was this heifer texting me? So I respond because there was a few things that came into play. So one of the things was after the restraining order got put into place, I most definitely was like to Chucky, hey, you need to get them a phone because I'm okay with you having a relationship with them. Okay? Even if it's long distance, girl. Like, I'm okay. I'm cool with that. So get them a phone. This is way back when, okay? This is like way back when. He doesn't get the phone. Victim Services calls me and I explained to them that I said that. Victim Services says, absolutely the frick not. You're not allowed to do that. You're provoking a breach. And he's not allowed to have any communication with the children unless through family court. So I'm finding this out after the fact that I made a mistake. I'm not allowed to say, get them a phone. He's not allowed to have any contact unless he goes to court. So when she messages me, this is after the restraining order has been put into place. And so I'm like to her, oh my God, it closed again. I say to her, no one is allowed to contact me on behalf of Chucky. So I will be informing the detective. Please kindly choke on his dick and mine, woman to woman. You're blocked. But before I could block her, she texts me again. She's like, I didn't contact you on behalf of him. I contacted to say I was picking up my boyfriend's belongings that you're withholding.
Girl, sit down, sweetie.
And this is how you know that he was manipulating her. Because from what I knew, Mr. Chuck had his damn birth certificate in his damn wallet forever. Okay? Been in the wallet. Okay? So I don't know if he chucked it out, threw it away. Don't know what the freak he did with it, and I don't care. But he told her that I have his damn birth certificate and his passport. And I'm thinking, okay, if you go to the passport office and you tell them that you lost your passport, or I don't know, you're going through a divorce and your ex-wife has a restraining order out on you and you cannot retrieve your passport from her home, they're going to give you a new passport. You could deem it lost or stolen. Okay? There was no reason to message me, but they're trying to keep contact with me any way they can. Matter of fact, the first day after the restraining order went out, this man used my PayPal to buy something on damn Nintendo, okay? Literally for $11, just so that I would have to reach out and say, excuse me, run me back my $11, okay? Like, what? So, been trying to get in contact with me and now using this third party to do it, but it's not allowed. So, she tells me she's picking up her boyfriend's belongings. So, this was her, I guess, attempts to, like, rub it in my face that, nah, boo-boo, I got you, man. Girl, it's not a prize. So she said, no problem. I will pass forward your threatening, aggressive text. You see these friggin' Karens talking about threats and aggressive? Who?
I don't want to hear this mess.
To his lawyer. And this is what I was talking to you guys about in the first video that I did where Rapunzel was concerned, because they were trying to legally bully me for months. They kept threatening lawyers and this, that, and third. And at the time, I hadn't really retained my lawyer. I had gone to a lawyer and he told me what I need to do, but like I hadn't really retained my lawyer. And then Chucky kept threatening me with lawyers. And then his girlfriend then was threatening me, telling me, I'm going to pass this to his lawyer. Thank you for your response. Have a lovely day. Chucky had no lawyer at the time. Okay, so the first time I get to court and I see he's representing himself, because where was he getting lawyer money from? I'm gagged because I thought he had a lawyer that she was reporting to and telling that I said to choke on my dick and his. That's not a threat. You got access to his choke on it, girl. What is going on? So then I said, clearly you're a little dense and don't understand his conditions. You've both violated the restraining order, so you have a lovely day. Okay? And that was my interaction with her back then. Now, of course, at this point, when this person is now actually confirming everything I already knew to be true, I'm like, well, ma'am, I knew you were his girlfriend before I broke up with him. Like, I knew you were his girlfriend. The only thing was, he was trying to be my husband still and your boyfriend. So I did him a favor. Matter of fact, I did her a favor by releasing him to the dogs. Okay? That's all I did. That's the last conversation that I ever had with that woman, because I did indeed contact the detectives. However, they just issued a warning that time. They didn't actually charge him with a breach, even though it was quite obvious that she was reaching out to me on behalf of him. She can't use his passport to go no damn where, and she definitely can't use his birth certificate unless she got something swinging between her legs that we don't know about. So, what the hell she need his birth certificate and his passport for? And why he telling her that I have his damn birth certificate when I don't got the damn birth certificate? That's the real problem. And also, on top of that, if I had his passport, it could be in this house. It definitely could be, okay? But like, I wasn't about to go out of my way to dig up this man's personal belongings, okay? I wasn't. So she needed to not contact me for anything. Go apply for a new one. That's what most people would do, okay? So I am like, at that point, completely done. Like, this is crazy. Then it gets even stickier when I see that the divorce documents, or like the affidavit, list her as one of the people that would be caring for my children, her and his mother. And I'm like, no, what? It said live-in girlfriend on the documents, and I'm like, but they was all trying to call me crazy for calling out the affair, clocking the affair, even after I kick him out and we're communicating. He telling me there's nobody else, denying like I'm an idiot. So where'd she come from? She was always there to, one, make sure he had a nice warm bed to sleep in, and two, a nice warm car to drive in when mine were no longer accessible. Okay? Rebound. So fast forward to things getting even crazier between my ex and myself, because like I said, we have a restraining order and we go to court, and then there's just a whole bunch of issues because there's a whole bunch of issues. That's what happens in the custody case, okay? And this woman has from the very beginning been involved and tried to be involved. Like I said, she texted me from his phone. He allowed her to do that. Therefore, she always felt like she had and was able to say something to me and disrespect me, because it wasn't enough that she was sleeping with my husband, right? She had to also message me pretending to be him. What kind of craziness? And then fast forward, he convinces her to do what? Stalk, harass the membership. And all this has happened. All this that you guys are hearing in this Mistress series happened. Y'all don't know nothing about it. Y'all is like sat there gagged. You guys don't know anything about that part of the story, because I really wasn't even sure when I was going to tell it, if I was going to tell it. I was going to start it during Vlogmas, but then I never got to, because I felt like I needed to shift my channel. So I wasn't even sure if I was ever going to tell this series. Then we catch them lurking in the membership. I call her out, just like I called her out before. I have to have proof. So I called her out publicly. Homegirl's embarrassed. Homegirl then takes fake numbers from texting apps and harasses me and wants to bully me. You're not bullying me. Then I got a call on my fake number, because I have a fake number that I used to message Chucky anything pertaining to the children, because I didn't want him to know that I had the same number. That's the number that the mistress would contact me on, my old number, or my phone number. So not a lot of people have my number. So she messaged me with the fake numbers. And then the other day, somebody called my fake number. And it's a local number too. It's a Toronto area code. Why would anybody be calling my fake number? But I missed it. So after the whole thing goes down online with Rapunzel, the first thing, and the text messages, I then contact the detective again to talk about the breaches that are currently going on. And then Chucky texts me from his phone his new number that we had no conversation ever from my like iMessage to his iMessage. We've never had a conversation with his new like Ottawa number. And he texts me the TikTok and creeps me the hell out.
It's me. Hi, I'm your bestie. It's me.
And then after I post on the community tab and call out the mistress, I then get emailed on the Monday about a lawsuit. 150K, baby. Like, what? What? This is all about jealousy, envy, fraud, greed, disgust, evil, wickedness. And that's why I have on green today, baby. Because, baby, their eyes were green with envy. Okay? They was like, we see this lady out here living her best life. She happy. She telling her story. Like, we got to disrupt her somehow. And while we disrupt her, we got to shake her pockets. Was never going to happen. So, now we're caught up. And now you guys know pretty much what happened where the mistress was concerned and how she came about. And then now she has the wonderful job of being Chucky's new supply.
So then this happened. This, what you're looking at, is an order I placed to the restaurant that both the mistress and my ex-husband still work at. I'm going to read to you what I put, but I had ordered $287 worth of food to get my message across. This is after I had actually called the restaurant. Once I found Rapunzel lurking in the membership and stalking me and harassing me, I had called the restaurant and gave an employee a message to give to her. Then I went and I ordered this food. So let me read it to you. Our home wrecking roommate, and then I put her first and last name, to stop stalking Chucky's, his first and last name, ex-wife online. $10 to stalk me online and suck my back. How you a whore and a stalker, Rapunzel. Now it's me stalking you. Weak ass hoe, get a life. Though both of y'all are sick. Ain't paid a dime in a year to support 3 babies, but paying $10 online to stalk me. I told you to leave me the F alone. Nasty whore. She pays $10 a month to stalk and report back to her married boyfriend. Insecure ass bitch, don't nobody want Mr. Chucky. I kicked him out for being abusive and you are continuing the abuse. Now, what happened was when I placed the order, pretty much as soon as the order went through on DoorDash, the restaurant called me and they're like, so do you want the food? And I was like, no, I just wanted to send that message. Y'all are free to eat the food. I ordered it for y'all because what I did was I ordered it from the restaurant to the restaurant. So I placed the order as if it was coming from the restaurant and it was obviously already paid for. But that was after I got those text messages from the fake number. This is literally the same day. And then the guy that got an earful was actually giggling when it was a black guy, and he was keying down the place when I first called the restaurant, because I called the restaurant first and was cussing and saying, you need to tell this girl X, Y, and Z. I got off the phone with him and I placed this order, and here it's not in order, but when I placed the order, it was in order, like the things that I was writing. And then that was pretty much that part of it. But keep in mind, the part that I left out of the story, because I kind of mentioned it in the very first video, which was the lawsuit video, she was so involved in my divorce case that like my lawyer was like, is this girl for real? Like, I cannot respond to her. She's not a litigant. Like, Chucky was not doing anything. This girl, you would think that me and her were getting a divorce because she was so involved in the divorce proceedings, to the point where my lawyer's like, I cannot respond to you. It has to be him. You're not a litigant. She was literally showing up at his office, harassing my lawyer, emailing him, asking for my response, blah, blah, blah. Ma'am, are you a secretary? Like, what is going on here? Anyway, that's that on that. And the last thing that I want to say is that one thing I never really talked about or touched on was what I was seeing when I was hacking the Snapchat. After the first 2 days of checking the Snapchat, I stopped checking it because I was sick and sick to my stomach. And if you saw what he was saying to the first mistress, oh, I want you to grab my dick when nobody's looking and kiss me when nobody's looking, all those weird ass things. You can use your imagination. I don't really have to spell it out for you, but it obviously wasn't something that made me want to stay. It was a big factor why I decided to leave, because I was willing to put up with a lot of stuff, but another cheating, another mistress on top of all the disrespect that I was already putting up with was just not on the table at that point. And actually at one point, I think he had actually texted me because I was trying to get an understanding, and he was already in the middle of his affair and told me that he might cheat on me again. And not knowing that I already have clocked that he's already in an affair, he was pretty much trying to tell me I'm already cheating on you, but was trying to hide it still. It was so cowardice. I don't know how to explain it to you any other way than that. But yeah, what I saw on Snapchat was enough for me to pack that bag. Oh my God, this part of the story, I forgot to talk about this. So this happened way before she was even a mistress, but it made me look at her a little strange because I was in the iPad and there was a conversation happening with the core team in the group chat. And they were sending pictures of this time that the toilet flooded at their workplace. And so I guess they didn't really know how to plunge a toilet. And so she said, "This is the day Chucky made a woman out of me." And when I read that comment, I was like, excuse me? What kind of inappropriate ass joke is that? What the hell is she talking about? He made a woman out of her because he had to explain to her how to plunge a toilet or something like that. And so there's a video of her and another girl in the bathroom trying to plunge the toilet through whatever explanations Chucky had given them to plunge the toilet. And to say that another woman's husband made a woman out of you, it's such an inappropriate and classless joke. And this is way before she even became the mistress. So all it told me once she came into the picture was that she'd been ready to be the mistress. And last but not least, if it couldn't get any weirder, the thing about this whole entire situation that disturbed me more than anything is the fact that my ex has his girlfriend saved in the phone as Pretty Princess. The reason this is disturbing to me is because that is the nickname that he would call our oldest child. And I don't understand why that would ever be what she's saved as. I never heard any man call his girlfriend Pretty Princess, but I have heard my ex call my child Pretty Princess. And in fact, my child will refer to herself as Pretty Princess because my ex used to call her that. So, strange, very. Disturbing, very. And that is just something that doesn't sit right with my spirit because there's literally a million things he could save this girl as in his phone. Pretty Princess, it should just not be one of them. Like I said the other day, in the comment section, I have forgiven these people. I'm glad this story was entertaining to you guys, but I am so happy that we have come to the end of the road, okay? The end of this terror, okay? This Tyler Perry Studio telenovela, girl. I know it was crazy. It was a ride. If they ever want to make a movie about it, girl, that would be something. I like it. But it was crazy. And quite frankly, I just pray for people like that, I pray for, the evildoers. I pray for Chucky. I pray for his mom. I pray for Rapunzel. May they repent and God's will be done. I have nothing left to add to this conversation. I thank you guys for rocking with me in this whole entire series and for my channel for the last however many years. I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.